It's great. Maybe just for some of our listeners that may not be, background in finance, maybe explain like literally what happens with because your customers come on,
Yeah, sure.
and then sort of 24 hours later, I guess risk assessment, make sure their invoices are actually real and existing.
Yeah.
And then a pool of sort of just investors out there buy their invoices from them.
Yeah. Let me talk you through it.
Sure.
Imagine, let's say you're a graphic design company, right? And you're doing a campaign for boots, let's say, big campaign. So the project is £100,000. Let's say you go in, you've done the work, you've done the campaign, and Boots says, that's great, send me the invoice, I'm going to pay you on 90 days.
Right.
Yeah. Now that's great, you're going to get paid in 90 days, but you got to pay people. You got to pay maybe your freelancers who came in, you got to pay your staff. So what you want to do is you want to take that 100K and you want to effectively monetize it early. Yeah, because you're going to have 100,000 coming in 90 days. Maybe you need 70 up front. So what you'll do is you'll come to MarketInvoice, you'll register, it takes about 15 minutes to sign up. We pull all sorts of data from public sources as well as what you put into your application form. And we crunch that and we basically say, this is a real company, it's been around, these are real people. And we understand the relationship between you and Boots. And we say, okay, we're going to give you £80,000 out of that 100,000 now. You'll still get the rest on 90 days.
Yeah.
You still have an incentive to get that money in,
Sure.
right? Chase it. But and at the end, we're going to take a fee, right? MarketInvoice is going to take a fee up front off the advance, and at the end, you're going to pay an interest rate to investors. Because this money is not coming from MarketInvoice. This money is actually being sort of crowdsourced off high net worth, family offices, hedge funds, people who had a lot of money want to deploy it straight into the invoice and earn a return, maybe 1% a month.
Right.
So all in, you're saying, okay, what you're thinking as a small business is, I need some money now. I'm making good profit on this. I might be making 30% profit. Am I willing to give up 1%, 2%, 3%, depending on how risky the transaction is, to a funder?
To get it now.
Get it now.
Yeah.
And what's an idea on rates, just so we know? I mean, obviously we know compare the markets out there. They've gotten a hard time for some of their rates, but what are your rates? Do you look at them annually, and then there's fees? And
well, look, I think it's wrong. It's wrong to look at it annually, because the beauty of our product is that you can use it. It's pay as you go, right? There is no long-term contract. You don't need to use us for all your invoices. You don't need to put all your customers through us. That's what the bank will say to you. You've got to put everything through us.
Right.
And you've got to sign up for a 24-month contract. It's like a mobile phone, right? Contract mobile phone, you're paying irrespective of whether you use it or not. If you go away for a month and you don't use it, you still pay the mobile. What we offer is this sort of pay-as-you-go SIM card. You use it when you need to. And for businesses, that can be a huge saving because there's none of the fixed costs of going into a facility. So how businesses are looking at it is, what's their profit they're making off the deal, off the transaction? So what's your profit margin? And how much are you going to pay to get that most of that funding up front and get it done? And that ranges, on average, it's about 2.5% of the invoice face value. But it can depend. If it's a very long dated invoice, it will be more expensive. Right. If you're exporting a company in the US and it's the first time you've done that, it'll be more because there's more risk involved.
Sure. So for like a Boots kind of person, it would be a lower risk.
Yeah, and also the beauty of a platform is that we collect a lot of data on you the more you use us. So